Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beer Review. So today we're going over to Huddersfield-based Lords Brewing Company, gifted to me by the very kind Matt Hall on Instagram. Lovely bloke, him and his wife, his good lady. This is Expedition Blonde. It says it's a limited edition, double fermented, and you haven't got me. I have to use these truffing glasses. Oh dear, the glasses make me feel funny. This delicately flavoured pale ale is made using the finest European hops and English malt. It is exquisitely light and refreshing and will satisfy you to the very last drop. This bottle of beer has been hand-filled, secondary fermented and labelled to give you that ultimate purist experience. It does waffle on a bit more there. lordsbrewing.com. That's yeah, yes. And good evening. Now is the news. Yeah. Oh God. How can people wear glasses? I only wear it because the light in the shed's awful. And my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Certainly not in darkness. In light, I'm fine. It's dark. And I actually blame the shed for that, because sometimes trying to read in this room, the light's beaming on me, but there's no light at the back of me. So there we go. I mean, say it's bottle fermented, bottle conditioned rather. It's come out crystal clear, so you can't fault him for that. I would say that's a straw to gold pour, crystal clear pour, and that's a bit of carbonation. A finger of white head on the top. And did I say what the ABV was? 4%. So yeah, nice, sessionable beer. And as far as I know, John is not at Lords Brewing anymore. So someone said to me. So, or his channel isn't anyway. Yeah. So, and I even noticed that on the social media, on Twitter, because it said the names of Lords Brewing, and it came out with three blokes' names. So whether he's not with the company anymore, I don't know. So, okay, is what it is. So let's dive in and have a taste. I'm getting a light malt aroma on the top. Like a lager malt aroma, to be fair. Yeah, light malt. Hint of citrus there. To me, it's like a... it says it's a blonde, doesn't it? I'm never good with colours, I'm not. It looks what it looks to me. To me, this is that in that zone where it's between a lager and a real ale. You know, it's in that area there that entices lager drinkers to drink something with a bit of flavour, and beer drinkers to drink something light. And at 3 in the afternoon, it's nice, and it's a nice low ABV. Don't want to be drinking impy stouts at 3 in the afternoon. Although to go into the house and go to sleep on the settee for an hour afterwards, it's not really a bad thing. And yeah, I've got the absolute shivers at the moment, and drinking cold beer in the shed's probably not the best idea for it. But you know, these things happen. So I've enjoyed the Lords Brewing so far. And Matt sent me 8 or 9 beers, I think it was. Because there's still 3 sat there now. So for that 3 there, this one, and I'm sure I've reviewed 2 or 3, so it might have been 7 or 8 beers. And, you know, it's always absolutely very kind for anybody to send you a beer. You know, you've got the cost of the beers that they've had to pay for, the cost of postage and packaging, and you know, I'm never, you know, it's always very humbling when, if it's a brewery that sends me a beer, or if it's, or I'm gifted a beer, you know, by people, and you know, it's that funny thing because I am in what is a low paid job. You know, I'm not on minimum wage, but I'm not a lot far off. Especially minimum wage just seems to keep bumping up. At some stage, I will be on minimum wage with the way it's going up and up and up all the time, which is a good thing because people should not be paid shit wages. You know, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, pay people properly, especially when they pay managers big wages. And a lot of these managers do bugger all. It's the workers that are the ones actually doing the work. The managers sit there, have their meetings, do all that, do a bit of work on the computer. I can work on the computer. In fact, I'm very, very good at computer work. Probably should have gone into that instead of doing what I do. But I also love being a gardener. You know, apart from this winter, because it's so chuffing wet, you know, these countries where it's reasonable, the weather, you know, the temperatures never really go too cold, temperatures never really go too hot. It rains at night, it's lovely in the day. Now that is dream, innit? Yeah, that's what I want. Rain from 10 till 4. What does that do? Stops a lot of idiots who are walking about the streets at night. It's not good for the homeless people, though. You know, I mean, we must remember, as a nation, and as a world, there are a lot of people out there very, very unfortunate. I'm fortunate enough that I've got a dog, a wife, children, grandchildren, and a family, some family, and some great friends. Not a lot of friends, but some great friends. And I don't need a lot of friends. And I do know a lot of people in the brewery community, you know, and especially locally, I consider them my friends. You know, they've all been very kind to me, not because sucking up saying, oh, you do a review and all that, because I've done reviews for years and they have become my friends because of the reviews I've done, not because they want me to give them great scores. Because if this is an issue, I'll say there's an issue, but I'll do it in a nice, polite way instead of being an arse, which is the best way, isn't it? You know, I mean, let's be fair. If you're doing a job and someone comes up, say I've mowed the lawn. It's not the best example. Oh, your fucking lines aren't straight. And I turn around and say, there's a reason why my lines aren't straight, duck. I'm following the curve of the path. You see that path there? I'm following the curve of the path. That's why the lines aren't straight. It's not a bowling green. It's a lawn. And it follows the line, that path. Can you see that line? And all of a sudden, one, I've decimated is the what you know, that nastiness that you come out with, and two, I've explained, and then straight away it's like, oh yes, that's absolutely a fantastic idea. Yeah. Although, to be fair, once I was at the Arboretum, and Arboretum, I hadn't done one of them for ages. If I could remember all the tales from the Arboretum, Jesus Christ, I'd have people in stitches, some of the stuff. But yeah, on the Arboretum, and they said to me, oh, can you go over to the forest? They need someone to mow the bowling green. I says, well, what's up with Doug? Sadly, he's passed away now, but he was an alcoholic. He'd come to work in the morning, steaming. I mean, driving a bike and all. Don't know how he did it. But anyway, oh, I've got to go and do the checks on the water. Can you mow the lawn? That was his job. He got a higher grade than me for doing that particular flipping job. So I mowed the lawn. It was not straight afterwards. Did I care? No. It was was a payback for being a lazy bugger. I was told by the charge hand, so I couldn't do anything else, but it was payback. I never got asked to do the lawn again, funnily enough. So yeah, an easy drinking, sessionable ale. They call it blonde. Yeah, it's just a nice, easy drinking beer. Like I say, certainly is a bridge between lager and beer for me. Although a lot of countries call lager beer anyway, which confuses the hell out of the situation. You know, lager and real ale. We'll call it that way instead then. Hints of citrus, but yeah, it's all very subtle. But that's obviously what they're trying to aim for. Out of 5 for me, a good 4.0 out of 5. Yeah. And that's it for this review. Thank you for watching. And now I'm going to go back up the house and get warm because I'm freezing. Cheers all.